Howdy everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm just a builder. So, last video we finally got everything put together for the Enterprise. I have not gotten to it in a while. Just been working on other stuff, doing other things, working on a couple of other models, that being the Enterprise B. I just finished the NX-01. I'm starting on the TOS Enterprise from the pack of 4. So I thought I was going to start off with decals, but then I looked at my thing and it's like, okay, never mind. So I will tell you about this decal, about this instructions. I saw a video of a guy talking about, I do not remember his handle, but he was talking about how on this instructions that these numbers on here, come on, let's see if I can, all these numbers here, let's go to this guy. That's A1 right there. A1 is for the decal on the top of the saucer, not the bottom of the saucer. So if you have the, say, pack of 4 and you decide to buy the pack of 7, I believe it's 7, go off of the instructions that came out from the pack of 4. That's got the proper numbering system and everything. Then this, I don't know what happened here. It went wacko. So right now we're just gonna start. We're just gonna start painting stuff. I'm gonna take the stand from the Enterprise B and use it for this guy, so I can have a proper handle on everything. All right. Is that more like gray? That's a silver. This must be it. That's yellow. Oh, there's light gray. Okay. Okay, so we have bright blue. We have light gray. Yep, black, copper, and light blue. Now, on the other time I was building this one, I didn't use any of the light blue, so we'll just keep it there. So at least 5 different colors for the painting of the Enterprise. All right, so we'll just point this down. We'll probably work on this for about a half hour. So I'll see if I can get all the painting done tonight. I mean, in the half hour. We'll see. That's fine. All right, we'll start off with a light gray. Okay, copper there. So there's 3 spots for the light gray usage. There's the top of the saucer section, basically right up in there. If you can kind of see that half sphere at the top, you see the right up in there. That half sphere right there, and then for the shuttle bay doors, 3 spots for that. There we go. I like to give my paints a good shake. Okay. All right, there we go. All right. I know it's a little hard to see. See if I can't bring it closer. Okay, I think I've got it. So that's about like that. That's probably about as good as I'm going to get it. Flip the other side. I'm also trying to make sure that I can see it. I really don't want to screw up. Okay, we're just going to do this. Okay, can you... Hopefully you guys can see it. I know I'm turning it away. I just need to see it. Come on. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Let's see if I can get it. Let's give that just a little bit of touch up. Let's try. God damn it. Shoot. Give me a second here. Kind of fudging up the paint a little bit. Alright, we'll call that good. A little bit of a mess, that's okay for me. You know, I'm just gonna come here. Making my job a little bit harder. Okay. Okay, so there's your spot right there. Now we're going to hit the underside. Earlier today I was playing Tomb Raider Underworld and I just finished it. Storyline, that is. Now I just got some achievements for artifacts, treasures. And a few other things. So, let's going to be one of those few games besides Lego games that I can complete. You know, if you get an old 360, you got your achievements in there, and it shows you, oh, you completed this game. So for that, I'll just use the internet. Get me through it all. I applaud the people who go through these games looking for the collectibles and doing all that. It's like, wow, bravo to you guys. I remember there was a time I was doing it myself. Just we had to ask to use our internet, so I would just go through it myself, and whenever I could. Who would I use? I think I was using my, I don't know, maybe not, I don't know. But I used to use Steam. I think I'd maybe skip the login if I could, if you could at that time. Many years ago. So, here's the underside of it. And I would always try to, I would always go through guides, community stuff, through Steam. And try to look for intel. Okay, there's that one. That one. Got that one. Okay. I just used copper not too long ago for the TOS Enterprise. Taking off a bunch of this. I find it easier when your brush is stiff. That'll help you get through some of that stuff. So if you're trying to get something that's, when your brush is very bristly instead of tough, it's hard. It's hard when it's bristly. It's easier when it's stiff. At least for me it is. Okay. Well, see if I can't put it down just a little bit more. There we go. Alright, let's see if I can't grab this thing. Yeah. Jeez. Alright. it's not the first one on the other is not the greatest. I'll give you a better look when I'm done here. Okay. Hand painting, though necessary, very, very tough. Okay, we're going to call that one good. All right. Yep. Well, there's the copper spots. Again, some okay, some not okay. That's good enough for me. There we go. Skip it. Copper's done. Black. The devil. All right. That should do it. Some of this crap off. There we go. All right. Time for the fun part. Well, these models, it's always fun painting them. Air quotes on that. go. There we go. If you'll pardon my shitty paint job on that. Looks pretty good. Like, from a distance, it looks decent. But if you get up close, it's like, wow, you're shitty. It's like, yeah, I know. It's very, very tough. If any of you have done this sort of painting with your models, like, you have to get in really, really close. With especially if you're hand painting stuff, you know the pain. It's like, come on. You know, I was thinking about something. I'm rewatching Star Trek Picard, and I'm in season 3. We're at the Fleet Museum, if any of you've watched it. But there's a scene where Jack, it's the conversation between Jack and 7 of 9, and that we were born in another. 7 was reborn on Voyager, and she's trying to find another. And I think that's the same for me. I guess you're just trying to find a home in something, make something of what's around you. Like when you come to a new workplace, it's kind of your home, but when you leave said home, I guess, quote unquote home, if it's for you, work, and it's like how and you come to a new job, it's like how do I do this? I guess hopefully that comes across. But like for me, I never really fit in much of anywhere. There's been a few things that have been my solitude, just kind of a tent, if you will. You have things that are your tent, and Jack says, he said, stars in the same galaxy, yet light years between us, and that's kind of the thing. Like, we're all on the same planet, we're just so far away from each other. Like, best friend. If you have a best friend, I got a few people who are friends, but very, very few do I like, or even family members. But you're so far away from you, and that's the sucky part, right, Blue? It's like, why is this person so far away? That's such a... And the other thing that also, I said I wouldn't bring up politics, but one thing that does suck, if you're both kind of into politics, the question is, like, are you gonna let it divide you as two friends, a group of friends or whatever, or are you just gonna say it's just politics? Or the other sucky thing is, like, you're friends, but then it's something later on changes where that person's got their own friend they're talking to, and you just fall out of communication. And me and this friend have kind of fallen out of communication, and last time we talked, I think, was a month ago. Yeah, I think so. Kind of when that snowstorm was coming in. That was kind of last time we talked about something pretty heavy hitting, I guess, like life a little bit. So, and there goes the paint off that. This paint I've noticed. This, particularly the Mr. Hobby Paint. No, Mr. Hobby Paint. I've noticed that whatever paint was left on it, it likes to take it off. It's a paint plus a remover, I guess. But back to, like, people on the same planet, but distance between us. Is that you kind of meet some of your best friends. Most of the time it's over the internet or so, but they're so far away. And if you've watched the news or watched a lot of YouTube stuff, is that for a lot of people, we have no third place to go. My generation is drinking a lot less. This time it's more of there's hookup culture. There's a whole bunch of things. Price of stuff. Or people that just don't want to go to the bars anymore. To which I commend. I don't drink at all. But it stinks when you meet someone and you want to be a friend, you want to meet in person, only to discover that they're far away. They could be a state or two away. And that's the sucky part of it. Come on. See if I can't nail this son of a gun. Okay, that'll do it. Let's see if I can't tap this. Okay. There's that spot. Alright. Alright, come here. Won't be using that paper towel. Okay. I'll give you guys a decal or two tonight. I'll give you guys one decal tonight. Find my pen. Okay. Get this out of the way. Paint's all done. Flip this. All right. But also, like, for friends, it's like everything. I kind of had something in my head, but now I don't. Let's get this cut out here. Come on. The sucky part is now it's just there's like you want to meet someone Like, it's so weird, especially for guys like me who are just shy and your talking skills are just shit for beans. And it's like, how do I talk to someone? Okay. It's. And the thing is, like, are they gonna. Is said person, like, particularly in women? I'm. Now, there's a lot of blame to be for women, yes, but there's also a lot of men, such as I will talk about problems within society. The Me Too movement, which you can watch hundreds of videos on that, on how there was it was good, but now it's bad. So the gist of it, if I can, if any of you want to, I can just give you the gist. Basically, it was the men who just the terrible guys in the workplace culture weren't the greatest, and there was responsibility, and they were looking for responsibility. I mean, responsibility of said people, terrible people, creeps or whatever. And it punished those men, yes, but later on it turned into something that was just horrible. For any guy wanting to come up to a gal or whatever and say, like, hey, can I get your number, or can I buy you a coffee, or whatever. And it's just, it became a weapon against men, and now it's just being utilized against guys of my generation, and probably even a lot of millennials. And I would like to say one thing. I'm sort of middle. I'm conservative. Maybe middle, more maybe like middle right type conservative. And what I see from the Republican Party, from a lot of those, you've probably seen it a lot coming from men and women on the right, or the whole trad wife thing. It's it's sad. There's a guy. There's a YouTube channel out there, a guy, Legion of Men. He does a whole bunch of videos on that, and he did a really great one coming out of TP USA. It's like, why? Just why? He's got a really good one. I think it was from last month. Legion of Men. Go look him up. He's a really, really good guy. Talks about this sort of stuff a lot better than I can. And when you see a lot of creators on the right, it's like, go marry someone. It's like, how? How? Or you hear the phrase, just put yourself out there, whatever, or go find a small group or church or something. It's like, the church itself is not exactly the greatest place. Oh, if I could remember the guy's name, he talks a lot about how the church is just, it's fallen from where it should. Faith focused, is it called? I can't remember. But he talks a lot about it. How after Charlie's death, the church, a lot of people started coming back to church. Same thing happened around 9/11, a bunch of those times, a bunch of important dates in our history, the nation's history. But I mean, the front door is big. The metaphor how he said it was, the front door is big, but the back door is bigger. And he sees a lot of problems. He talks about problems within the church itself. How pastors are basically belittling men. It's like, men, you got to get out there. Men, pull yourself up. Men, do better. Blah 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 blah. And he also says it's like, yes, men do need to step up, but the problem is that yes, men have bettered themselves. Men have done what you wished, and yet you're expecting more. But what about the women? The women of the church? what is he? One of the things he does say is that men's sin are usually out there. They are seen. Women's sin are invisible. Alright, come here. You probably heard the story, it was not too long ago, about how a traditional wife had her fiance save himself from marriage, but the fiance herself was just cheating behind his back with her boss, I think. And that's like, come on, you guys. It's just, I mean, it sort of cements another reason why men are not dating and or getting married or going out on dates in general. Come on. Oh, shoot. Come on. Come on. Okay. Let's see what I can do here. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I need another paper. There we go. This will work. Now, I did see a video. We're on models right now. I did see a video how one guy, it might have just been for the bottom one, but when he was doing the bottom one, yeah, he cut it into chunks. As you can see, I'm kind of having a problem right now with the top one itself. It's just being a pain in the butt. So, like, if that's something you want to do, instead of trying to force the whole thing to place, go right ahead. Probably will help you in the long run. It's a lot smoother than the last one. Oh, looks pretty good. Now, I will just, please don't do this unless you absolutely have to. Using a lighter to help get some of these decals kind of in, because, oh, come on. The, no. The decal likes to overhang just a bit. Shit. So, I would like you to at least try to run away from that option. If you can. hate using this option, but when it comes to this. Okay, that'll do it. Oh, come here. Come here. Alright, that should do it. There's the first decal. I'm happy. Alright. Alright, well that, I'm going to call it for you. I'm going to call it 45 minutes. I'm going to be done. Alright, but, yeah, it's a sad world we live in. And, like, making friends, that's just the hardest thing it is right now. It's, like, these days you look at it, I mean, I look at it, it's like it seems pointless. At least for me and for everyone else. I think you can make guy friends. I think, honestly, making guy friends is probably a lot easier than making female friends. So you don't have to encounter accusations or whatever, or being labeled as a creep. Let's see. Now what I'm doing here is I'm loosening up the plastic because the pylons from the engineering hull to the cell is bent just a little bit. As you can see, it's, yeah, this pylon right here, as you can see, it's bent backwards. So what I'm doing is loosening it, kind of just not melting it, but loosening it up ever so slightly, so I'm able to push this forward. So, I mean, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. This is part of the, this one is from the pack of 4. I had the same thing happen with my other one. I think it was one of my previous videos on working on the 1/1000 scale Enterprise. I bought it in a pack by itself. It was already painted and decaled and everything. I just had to put everything together. I glued it all. Again, it was already decaled and painted. I just had to glue it up, and it had the same thing, like the pylons here were jilted backwards, not the way you want them to go. It's doing the same thing here, like how they should be straight, but the rear end of the cells are going outwards. So let's see what we can do here. Maybe I can try something here. Anyway, I'll do, this is not for, that's my own kind of project. I mess with it. Oh, it's good. Okay, let's see. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Again, if you can, if it'd be easier for you, cut the whole decal in parts. Alright, we're just gonna let it set. So that, I'm gonna take it off the stand here. So that's what she's looking like. Come on. That's what she's looking like. She's coming together really, really well. A lot better than the last time I tried this one from the pack of 4. When you're doing this, have a good blade on your X-Acto knife. That way you can cut slots into stuff, slots into the decal itself. You a really good just a really good sharp blade for it. It'll come out. It's coming out really well. So all the painting is done, well, except right in here, right in the corner, like right in there, right where the pylon meets the secondary hull. That's where they want that's where they want paint at. So I'm just gonna leave it. We're gonna call it good. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for joining me. This will definitely be a shorter series than the other ones. I'll try my best to pick up speed with it. I don't know, it just feels like a lot of decals than last time. So this will be it for this video. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for continuing to stick around, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.